Bukayo Saka is one of the stars of the Premier League. He broke onto the scene when he carried an Arsenal team as an 18-year-old and he was shining in that team, playing well. And in his teens, he led the charge for Arsenal's revolution into a top contending team. As a left footer, he became a star in the right wing position in the Premier League. Saka is a powerful winger. From a young age, he had pace, but his body frame and strength is what surprised his opponents the most. Saka is a student of the game, and this is evident in the fact that he improves every season, adding new tools to his game, such as shooting, passing, finishing, almost every aspect of his game Saka has gotten better at. And this is the criticism often given to young wonder kids that never live up to their name. And Saka has proved that he wasn't one of those wonder kids. He is the real deal. Now, regarding his England career, Saka was called up to the main squad after just one full season at Arsenal. Not only was Saka a great player and has great attitude, the right wing position was very much vacant for someone to come in and make it their own. England didn't have an established right winger, and the team was rotated in the right wing position with players like Raheem Sterling, Mason Mount, Phil Foden and Kieran Trippier. But none of them were true right wingers for their clubs. Finally, when Saka arrived, there was a dedicated right winger that was also a fantastic young player that the players loved and the fans loved and the nation loved. Saka was an instant hit with the English national team. He put in brilliant performances and he scored on his debut after just 4 senior games for England. Now, altogether, he currently has 32 appearances and 11 goals for England, and this is all by the age of 22, which is a brilliant return, and it shows his durability and availability for his national side. Saka has also been helped by the fact that there isn't another established right winger in the English national team to challenge him for his position. So for that reason, Saka is automatically arguably one of the first names picked in the England starting 11, along with the likes of Harry Kane. Now, this isn't saying Saka is only picked for the national side in the starting 11 because there's no other right wingers, because for the last 2 years, in the year of 2022 and 2023, Saka was voted England's Men's Player of the Year. So clearly he's backing up the fact that he's been picked. However, if we look at the opposite position to which Saka plays, if we look at the left wing position, this is arguably one of the most congested, most competitive positions in the English national team. The plethora of talent that can play left wing for England gives the manager a headache on who should start. There isn't a bona fide starter for that position and it rotates all the time. So the players that could play left wing for England are Marcus Rashford, Jack Grealish, James Maddison and Raheem Sterling and even Phil Foden. These players almost have to take in turns and have small runs as the main starter for the team. You have almost 5 elite talented players that want to play in that one position, and it's up to the manager to pick the most informed left winger to play for England. Saka on the other side, the right wing side, is happy and cushy because he doesn't have someone challenging for his place. Someone like Phil Foden, who's also a left footer like Saka, has been touted to possibly play on the right wing, especially by Southgate, who is desperate for another right winger in the team to ensure Saka has a backup or someone at least keeps him on his toes. But Foden hardly ever plays right wing for his own club team, Man City, so it's hard to justify playing Foden as a credible right winger for England. Now, this brings me onto the point of the video. It is one of Phil Foden's old youth academy teammates that is currently having a breakout season in the Premier League, and he's doing it at a top club at Chelsea. He's a left-footed player that plays on the right wing. He goes by the name of Cole Palmer, and he will be the new English right winger to challenge Bukayo Saka for the national team. Palmer left Man City this season to pursue first-team football, where he signed for Chelsea for £40 million. When people heard about that, they said it was way too much money for a player who had only made 19 senior appearances for Man City in 3 seasons. But Chelsea took the gamble, made him a starter, and he's been brilliant, and now everyone's saying 40 million was an absolute steal for Cole Palmer. Palmer is an outstanding player, and the fans can't believe Man City let him go for that cheap. But he had to leave Man City to show his true abilities. At Man City, Palmer would have just been another good squad member. But in this young Chelsea team, Palmer is the main man. He's starting on the right wing position. Palmer is a different type of player to Bukayo Saka in that Palmer is more of a creative midfielder that can dictate play. He can link up with small passes to get attackers involved, and he also looks to make the killer pass, breaking the defensive line. Palmer doesn't beat his opponents with pace and strength like Saka does, but Palmer is still an amazing close dribbler of the ball. He almost never loses possession, and he has tall, lanky feet that allows him to change positions of dribbling at any given moment. His possession of the ball and awareness to know where his teammates are is impressive. He always asks for the ball when his team is struggling. It doesn't matter if he has 3 defenders surrounded by him, Palmer will still ask for the ball and try and make an effective play. Palmer is also a very good finisher of the ball, and he can strike it very decently. He's already Chelsea's main penalty taker, and so far this season he's got 8 goals in just 16 appearances for Chelsea, which is a very good return for a winger. Now, after his breakout performances for Chelsea, Cole Palmer Palmer has already been selected for the English national squad, and so far he's made 2 appearances on the right wing for England, and this was while Saka was off injured. And no doubt, if Palmer carries on this brilliant form for Chelsea for the rest of the season, which he will definitely be picked in the English national main squad for the Euro 2024 tournament for the summer, especially as there's no enough right wingers, like mentioned earlier on the video. So this means England now has 2 right wingers that could start for them, 2 star right wingers. Of course, Palmer has still a long way to go to catch up to Saka. I'm not saying he's going to take over Saka now, because even though Saka is only 1 year older than Palmer, he is far more experienced. His fitness, durability is much more robust than someone like Palmer, who's only just having his first breakout season. But Palmer's ascendancy this season should have Saka and Arsenal fans slightly looking over their shoulder that there's another right winger in the national side. And it's a good thing that there's actual competition on the right wing side for England. It's always good to have competition as it helps you improve as a player. And Palmer is a different type of player to Saka, which means they could rotate depending on the style of play the national team want to play that game. Saka is arguably close to being a world-class player in that right wing position, and his starting 11 position is solidified. But Palmer is having a remarkable half a season, and he's showing that in a few years' time he could get to that level. He could be a world-class player, and he could possibly replace Saka as the starting right winger for the English national team. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Cole Palmer versus Bukayo Saka for the England right wing position. It could be a very intriguing battle for the next 10 years. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content.